We're here today because of your actions.
"You see her ink," one officer whispered as the SEAL commander stepped onto the stage, his uniform razor-sharp, his walk exact. The ceremony had begun with all the expected fanfare, flags waving, brass gleaming, rows of decorated veterans sitting tall in pressed blues. But she wasn't among them. She stood alone in the aisle, in jeans and a loose jacket, eyes fixed on the podium, unmoving. At first glance, no one paid her any mind. She looked like a civilian, maybe a family member of someone in the crowd. But something was off. Not her posture. It was too straight. Not her stare. It held something the others didn't. It was the ink. On her forearm, visible beneath a rolled-up sleeve, was a faded Navy Special Warfare insignia, trident, anchor, pistol, eagle, tattooed with precision and age. The kind of tattoo only one kind of warrior earns. The commander caught it mid-sentence. He faltered, not obviously, just a fractional pause. His eyes locked on hers. And for the first time that day, he looked uncertain. The crowd sensed the change. The air shifted. Applause slowed. Conversations stopped. All eyes followed his gaze, to her, the woman with the NSW tattoo. He stepped off the stage. You could hear the creak of his boots across the polished floor. He moved past officers, through the crowd, toward her. The distance between them closed like a fuse burning down. Every step raised the stakes. "Ma'am," he said, voice steady but weighted. "I wasn't expecting to see one of ours standing alone." She didn't flinch. Didn't expect to be remembered. His jaw tightened. "That tattoo." He glanced down. "It means something, and not everyone in this room has earned it." That's when the whispers stopped. Everyone froze. The room, packed with uniforms and medals, now revolved around a woman in denim and silence. She rolled her sleeve up further. The trident was old, weathered, surrounded by scars, some surgical, others clearly battlefield-borne. Her voice was calm, but it carried like a bullet. SEAL Team 4, Afghanistan, 2005 to 2009. Recon, 2 confirmed saves, 1 evac gone sideways. Discharged with pins, forgotten soon after. A low gasp rippled through the back rows. She wasn't boasting, just stating facts, ones the system had buried. Flashback hits hard, sandstorm, blackout, radio dead. She's dragging a wounded teammate through gunfire, her leg soaked in blood, screaming coordinates into static. A helicopter descends, she lifts him in, stays behind, reinforcements never come. Months later, she's home, injured, decorated, then dismissed, lost in paperwork, buried under policy. Invisible. Back in the hall, the commander's voice is softer now. "I read the op report on Helmand Ridge, but it never said—" She cut him off. Not with disrespect, but with fatigue. "It never said I was there." The silence now had weight. He turned to the crowd. "This woman," he declared louder now, "stood where most men wouldn't. She's not just one of us. She's better than most of us." One officer in the second row stood and saluted. Then another. Within seconds, the entire crowd was on their feet. Uniforms rose, hats came off, eyes welled. A moment of living history was unfolding, one that had been erased and was now being rewritten in real time. The commander faced her again. "You still wearing that for you?" She shook her head, eyes glistening. "I wear it for the ones who never made it back. The ones no one ever asked about." He reached out and took her hand, not for show, but for respect. "Then let's make sure they hear about you now." He led her to the front. She resisted at first. "I don't need applause." He nodded. "It's not for you. It's for the silence that's lasted too long." When she stood on that stage, the applause wasn't loud. It was slow, solemn, and sacred, like a long-held breath finally exhaled. No speeches, no medals, just presence, just the truth. Her tattoo wasn't just ink. It was a history no one had the courage to carry, until she showed up and stood in that aisle, alone. Real heroes don't wear capes, or even uniforms sometimes. Some stand quietly in the aisles, carrying the weight of sacrifice that others forget. And every now and then, the world finally stops to listen. Before we end this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comments.